Hello? Oh, that's now? I'll be right there! I gotta hurry up! Shouting Sub-Zero, and welcome to the review show of the internet that tells you whether a game is worth collecting, emulating, or just watching a YouTube walkthrough, the Future Proof Review. And today we're going to be playing a game that has two hurdles to get over. One, that it's a follow-up to the awesome Sonic Generations, and two, came out after Sonic Mania. This is Sonic Forces. During Sega's 25th anniversary event, they revealed two new Sonic games in development. One was a callback to the Blue Hedgehog's 16-bit glory days, and the second seemed to be Sonic Generations 2. Later confirmed to not be a Generation sequel, it still shares the gameplay split of modern and classic Sonic. This title became what we know as today Sonic Forces. Across the internet, more hype built in favor of Mania, leaving Forces in an odd spot. Generations was great because it's a best of Sonic game, taking beloved stages of each entry, then split acts between modern and retro playstyles. It was a blast rushing through Chemical Plant Zone using modern Sonic's boost. And boy, experiencing City Escape recreated like Genesis days? Woo! This time, Forces is no longer relying on nostalgia. So can it stand on its own? Forces begins with Sonic running through his hometown, Green Hill Zone, probably heading to Tails' place for some drinks. Once he gets there, surprise, surprise, Eggman awaits. Guess I wasn't paying attention to the dialogue earlier because Tails was under attack. As Sonic tries to take down Eggman, he's interrupted by a new face in town, Infinite. And Sonic catches the fade thanks to Infinite's unreal speed. Not only that, but Infinite has Shadow, Chaos, Metal Sonic, and a dickhead from Lost Worlds under his command. With that in mind, Sonic gets the worst ass whooping of his life. After his defeat, Eggman takes over the world. I'm serious, like, Eggman finally won. People are scared of him. You know, kinda like Saturday Morning in the 90s. What I find funny is that he took over the world because Sonic wasn't around? Whatever happened to the President and Gun from Adventure 2? Fast forward about 6 months, Knuckles, Tails, and Amy build a resistance team to fight back against Robotnik and his unstoppable robots. During a mission briefing, we officially start the game by creating our own member of the Sonic and Friends Association. That's right. Sega and Sonic Team has blessed us with the ability to create a custom character integral to the story. Character creation isn't the deepest, but it's fun to mess around with. A variety of races are available like wolves, bunnies, bears. Accessories can be equipped such as glasses, pants, kicks, gloves, masks. This is a dream come true to all those hardcore Sonic fans. My character's name is Matthew the Wolf. I modeled him after those assholes in anime who always have their eyes closed but smile at everything. Matthew the Wolf is sent by Commander Knuckles to free Sonic of his 6-month enslavement. It's stated that Eggman tortured him the entire time. Talk about edgy.
Where's Sonic?
Alright.
when you leave the Death Egg, you're gonna go up Utopia Street, and then you're gonna make a right on Kiss My Ass Avenue!
The custom character plays similar to Sonic. Both alternate between a side-scrolling and behind-the-character camera angle. The major difference with Sonic and, say, Matthew the Wolf is that Sonic can boost entirely through a stage. Matthew doesn't possess a boost, but he can do homing attacks like Sonic. Sonic relies on whiffs to fill the boost meter. Matthew needs them for skills. Each weapon, like say the flamethrower, it allows him to jump like Explosion Man. Remember that game? Or the drill, that lets you dig underground, destroying everything above you. And there's much more weapons to equip. Finally, Matthew can use a grapple hook to swing at specific points of a stage. Classic Sonic is the third playable character. He plays as you expect. No boost, no homing attack, and no weapons to equip. New to his arsenal is the drop spin dash from Mania. Though I would argue it's a lot more useful here compared to the one found in Mania. After having all three characters playable, you'll alternate between them across the game's 30 stages. Stages and forces can be described as a straight shot. Whether you're controlling Sonic, Matthew, or Baby Sonic, most levels are a literal move from point A to B. Sure, there's a handful of exceptions, but what does apply to every board is their length. Or lack of. No joke. My first time tackling some of these resulted in finish times of about a minute on my first try, and boosting doesn't help. Since every character is distinct from one another, you simply can't boost through all 30 stages. But since modern Sonic hogs most of that count, it sure does feel that way. As modern Sonic, boosting doesn't have a penalty. You build the entire meter by grabbing wisps, but plowing through enemies continues filling the gauge, which means holding boost is extremely effective. The only downfall to dashing endlessly is you're bound to miss red rings. Matthew the Wolf can't hit Mach speed, but grappling hooks and grind rails might as well be in the same category, because those points are everywhere with his batch of levels. Even without the dash, his stages are quite short. Occasionally you'll team up with Sonic in a tag team-like event, and these were pretty awesome. Sure, they were on rails and the levels were still short, but having the two pair up to execute a super boost kicked a lot of ass. Like, come on, tell me this isn't fucking awesome.
We've got this! Keep it up, partner! Nothing can contain the two of us at max power, not even null space! What's up, everyone? I missed this place.
Generation Sonic has the least amount of stages, but they were quite fun. With a heavier focus on platforming, I did find its controls to be not as good as Mania. Alright, that's not a fair comparison, but his weight just never felt great. It was serviceable. There's a bit more creativity in his boards, like the auto-scrolling section that killed me more than I'd like to admit. Also, why is everything so big in his levels? Other than that, if you played the original trilogy of Sonic games, or even just Mania, you'll be familiar with a lot of what's thrown at you here. Oh, and stage length is still short. I don't want to bash the game just because levels are short or linear. With those restrictions, I have to admit there's still quite a few great levels, like Aqua Road in its Donny Park section, or this level where you're running upside down all while getting toyed with by Infinite. Fueling excitement is the music. Holy fuck the music. I don't give a shit what anyone says. This soundtrack is excellent. Back to Aqua Road. Oh ho ho! Let's listen to Casino Forest. I have to mention one more thing about the music. Hoobastank is back!
Together we can show the world what we can do. You are next to me and I'm next to you. Push me on through until the battle's won.
Overall, the game is not much of a challenge. I died a few times, but I never found myself challenged. Whenever I died, it was due to misjudging a jump, from off rails, platforms, or during a boss fight. Speaking of those, almost every encounter is a chase scene. Once you catch up, you're required to launch homing attack to defeat them. I blame Sonic Adventures 2's Sonic vs. Shadows Space Race for that. The hardest boss was against the dickhead from Lost Worlds, only because I had a hard time hitting him consistently. I completed Sonic Forces in just under 4 hours. To be fair, it doesn't overstay its welcome. And if you seek a greater challenge, you could always go for S rank on every level. So there you have it, guys, my review or rant on Sonic Forces. Now it's time to get into my rating system. The rating system that I use when I play these video games. Based on 3 questions I ask myself. Is the game worth collecting, emulating, or just watching a YouTube walkthrough? Emulate. Yeah, I can't recommend this game at anything over 20 bucks. But even with its many flaws ranging from how easy it is, it being a short ride, and even its awkward controls during side-scrolling segments, I had fun. It's a fun, bumpy ride. A blazing fast one, but I don't regret my time with it. Hey, thank you for watching this review. I would greatly appreciate it if you hit that like button, assuming you enjoyed the video, and share it with anyone who will probably enjoy it just as much. Without you, I can't keep these reviews coming. If you want to share your thoughts on this game in the comments, go ahead and let me know what you think. I'll be sure to reply.